This is the Darth Maul inspired look that I was requested to do. My sister was gracious enough to volunteer to help me. There were a few technical difficulties. The camera ran out of memory a couple of times, so there's a gap, and then we didn't get the end of the actual application. After, I will show you what we have. You can kind of follow along and give a little bit of pointers. At the end, I will tell you how we finished it and then show you the finished product. One thing about the tutorial is I did not use sponges. I couldn't find them at the time, so I used some cheap paintbrushes you can get at any craft store. You can use those. Sponges tend to put the makeup on a little bit more evenly when you're doing like a full face type thing, but the brushes did help in the long run because you can get a little bit more detail work in there. So here is the look that I have filmed for you. First things first, be sure to have your reference out at all times. I used a couple different references because the Darth Maul makeup was definitely different in a lot of different pictures and references that I used, so I just did sort of a combination of all of them, which means you don't have to get it very neat. First thing I'm doing is I'm taking just a regular black costume makeup pencil, crayon, whatever, and I'm just mapping out where I want all the marks to be. This does take a little bit of time. You don't have to get it perfectly neat because you are going back with the black and the red, and you can always make it neater then. This is more of a guide for you than for anything. Okay, the red that I'm currently using, I mixed from the Make It Forever Flash Color Palette. I used a little bit of the red, the black, and the brown. You can mix it however you want it to make the red as bright or as dark as you want. And I'm just gently patting it in to those areas that are meant to be red. Again, you don't have to be super, super neat because when you go back with the black, that's when you're really going to neaten it up. Also, once you're done with all the color, I did set them with a red and black eyeshadow just to keep them on a little bit longer and to even out the color. Okay, we had a little bit of a jump because our camera lost memory, and we do run out of memory again before we finish the look, so we do not have the end of the look, and I apologize. The black that I'm using is just a basic black costume makeup. You can get it at any costume store or Halloween store. When working on the nose, be sure to get on the under part of the nose or on the nostrils. A lot of people do tend to forget that, but people do see it. When you go along the marks, this is definitely the place where you get to neaten them up and make them as perfect as you want them to be. It's all how you interpret it. When painting on the eyebrows, you can either cover your eyebrows. We just painted right over them because since it is being painted over with black, it's not that big of a deal. If you're doing this for a look for a party or something, I do definitely recommend priming the face and eyelids, and on the eyes, definitely using a black eyeshadow to set, an eyeliner to get in around the eyes. But since we did this look just very quick for a video, I just went over with the black paint. It served my purposes. The black and red extending up into the hair, if you are going to use a skull cap for this look, it definitely goes up higher, and you can always look at reference photos for that. We did not have a skull cap available, so we didn't go into the hairline. And we're about to run out of footage, so you'll see me again in a second, and I will explain the extra things that we did and show you some of the After Effects. Okay, this is the finished product. Scary.
Smiling's awesome. Just a white teeth.
I know. I sound like a
white teeth, blue eyes. No. Okay. All right.
I'm scary.
Serious face. Okay.
Yeah,
good snarly. Ugh. cool.
It occurred to me after doing this look that yes, it's an awesome Darth Maul look. It can also be used for Insidious with a little bit of pattern alteration because this is very scary. I obviously finished coloring in the black along the jawline and doing the detail work around the mouth. For the lips, I used a combination of the paints and a red and a black lipstick, just so it's a little bit safer to use on the mouth area so you don't eat it off as fast as the regular paint. Use whatever works for you. Make sure that it is safe to be used around the mouth. Don't put toxic things in your mouth, kids. Alright. Hope it helped at all. Yeah, happy Halloween.